Okay, so I recently seen a cue sheet come in from this like Christmas show. It's called Christmas Wars, and it was episode 2. It was the first season in 2022. So it aired in 2022. I'm just now seeing cue sheets from it. It's like almost Christmas 2023. So I figured, hey, it's Christmas season. Why not see if we can find the placement? So I hopped on A&E because I guess that was the channel it aired on. Hopped on A&E. I found the show. I found the episode, and I think I found the music that was used. So let's see.
Holiday tradition for families to cook a delicious turkey.
I think it's like right after this.
But when that includes first-timers who aren't familiar with this big bird's anatomy, it's also an opportunity to pull
Sound like some
pranks.
DJ Mustard kind of.
About to learn how this main course can be foul in more ways than one.
I'm teaching you how to be an adult.
Oh, this feels so weird. I really don't like this.
Oh, that's the turkey pecker.
I think they used it for like
Swear to God it is.
45 seconds or something like that.
I promised myself I would never touch a penis.
Don't tell her that.
Why is it bent?
Yeah, they're still using it.
Oh, no, it looks to the left.
And while this family is delightfully entertained by
So it seems like it's kind of one of those, like, you remember that show, America's Funniest Videos? I don't even know if that still comes on, but it's kind of like that, where it's just these collages of funny moments during Christmas. So everything is kind of lighthearted, it's quirky. The original name was like Plucky but Quirky, and then I think it got retitled when it got signed to the publisher, and it's called Plucky Courage. So we're gonna pull up the session. I'm gonna break the track down so you can see how I created it.
this turkey part prank.
That's funny. So yeah, let's open up this session, man, and see where this track came from. And it finally got, I'm all off to the side on the camera. What am I doing? So yeah, let's dig into this session. Today's video is brought to you by the How to Structure Instrumentals for TV course that walks you through step-by-step how to produce instrumentals that are optimized for TV. Not having proper structure is one of the biggest reasons you'll get rejected by a sync licensing company. So if you want to avoid a bunch of unnecessary rejection, then go ahead and enroll in How to Structure Instrumentals for TV. The link will be in the description. All right, now the crazy thing about this is that when I originally created the track, I did not have Christmas in mind whatsoever. But sometimes, depending on the type of sounds you use, for example, if you use things that have bells in them, like there's some mallets in here. Mallets are also used in Christmas music, so sometimes it works, you know what I mean? Or it could be the client is searching for certain instrumentation, because in Christmas music you tend to hear mallets, you tend to hear bells and jingle things and all of that stuff. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that helped. It's just a theory, you know, maybe having mallets in there made it cross over into the Christmas world. All right, so here's the session. Plucky but Quirky. It was retitled by the publisher later on, called Plucky Courage, or something like that. So pretty much this track, there was a lot of changes, a lot of layers kind of being added throughout the track, but this is kind of like where I started with this hook, and it just started with these strings here. So that's it, and then these are the printed stems. Obviously, I don't have MIDI because this is like once everything was finalized, and then I added the piano to that. So a super dry piano on there. I just like the way it sounded. It wasn't like super perfect and polished, which I feel like adds to the quirkiness. All right, then we have these strings, plucky strings, as I like to call them. So for me, with this being the hook, I was just like, yo, this will be the melody pretty much for the hook. It's some movement. It's some melodic thing that I can kind of play with. And then we have the mallets playing the same thing as these plucky strings. Again, it's simple. Like I have the main chords that are kind of playing underneath, and then I have like this main melody that's gonna come. No, I do something a little different here in the second verse. So, all right. So let's keep it moving. The rest is pads, but these pads don't come in into this final hook. So let's go to the final hook, and then I'll let you hear what I did for the drums. So the final hook, again, we're trying to make it a little bit bigger, add a couple more layers of instrumentation. So we have these pads here. And I'm not playing anything different with the pads. It's just another layer of this here. So I feel like a lot of producers feel like, you know, when I say add layers of instrumentation, it means like, oh, you need like a new melody on every layer and you got to be doing something different. No, I just mean literally just a different sound. You could be playing the same thing using a different sound, and it's going to make your track for TV feel like it's doing more, it's moving, it's evolving. So that's what I mean when I say add layers of instrumentation. You could be playing the same thing, just a different instrument. So I did that. Did the same thing with drums, just kind of added, you know, another rhythmic tambourine kind of sound, or let me see what was it? Yeah, so like a tambourine. So those are like all the melodic sounds, and then we have the. Actually, you can mute these drums because that's like a. I don't need that. So then this is it with the drums. Of course, we got to hear that sting. So that's the sting ending. Now, for the first hook, I had everything except for this main sim. So it sounds like this and the tambourine. So you can see how it sounds less full. Like it just sounds like something's missing now, especially since we heard this final version. So that's how we kind of create those layers of instrumentation and make our music feel like it's doing a lot more for each hook and each verse. Now, this was another one of those tracks where I added a little special sauce in between the sections, and that special sauce is that additional sting ending. So I have one right here at the end of this hook. So let's start here. Let's go back. Start right here. Right there. And then a nice little fun, light-hearted segue back into the second verse. So this right here is going to be a great edit point for editors. Right? Then we're building back up to the hook. So let's play it from the top. I'll let you hear it, and we'll go from there. Let's get rid of that extra space. When I bounce these out, they ask for like a extra, like 2 bars of space just so they can have everything. and that's it. And you can even see like the last final revision note from this session here that I didn't even bother deleting. So it says again, could the final chorus at 123 have more of a lift in the arrangement, perhaps adding some synth chords? And that's where these chords came from. It was literally from this edit, or more percussion. I did both. I gave them both, and then I added more percussion here, even though I had that kind of in this section. But let's see, or mirroring that melody in a higher octave. So that's that. That's the track. It's getting placed already, and yeah, it ended up on a Christmas show of people doing crazy things on Christmas.